I'm Natalie, thanks for joining me. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I have 2 exercises to help increase your shoulder turn in the golf swing. So more shoulder turn means more rotation, more width, hopefully more distance and more consistency. So one of the key struggles for a lot of amateur golfers is not getting enough shoulder turn in the backswing. So looking at trying to get that full width, full turn and range here through this position, nice straight lead arm and getting that turn and that height to the top of the backswing. We've seen with a lot of players they're only getting that halfway position to here, or they're having to bend the arm or reroute and change posture to try and get to the top of the backswing a little bit easier. So we've got 2 exercises here to help you gain more rotation through the rib cage, keep that lead arm straight, resulting in more shoulder turn, more width and a better backswing. So this first exercise, we're going to come over to the wall. And this is all about being able to create some shoulder turn through the lead arm, keeping this lead arm straight and also working some rotation through the rib cage. So for this exercise, we're going to lean one hand against the wall. I'm going to start with my right arm straight and hand pressed against the wall. I'll step back so I can soften my knees and push my hips back a little bit. And the idea here is simply just to push this hand through the gap, rotating through the ribs at the same time. So using my left hand, I'm going to press and rotate here as straight as I can, so my head is sort of almost through this gap underneath my arm. My hip will have rotated a little bit and I'll feel the rib cage working on the right side here and also on my left side. So I'll push through, rotate back out with my body, extend, press the arm out, rotate through the body so this lead arm is nice and straight and this arm here is remaining straight for the stretch through the ribs. So just to have a few reps and see the full movement, it looks like this. I'm pressing this hand straight through the gap, straight arm, and I'm rotating through what is my right hip on this side here. So you'll notice there's no change of posture. I'm not dropping down and I'm not lifting up. And I'm also keeping this arm as straight as I can. If I turn this way, this is exactly what my arm looks like. So this hand should feel like it's pushing dense air, like it's pushing something away from you to engage the ribs and the core and let this shoulder here on the lead side start to do some work. So we've worked the shoulder and the rib cage and that lead arm in the first exercise, and now through the second exercise we're going to use the blue resistance band, which is slightly thinner than the red band that I normally use in most videos. So for most people the red band, this will be absolutely fine. This blue band is half the size again, so it's slightly easier to move and probably easier to do for this exercise to begin with. So this exercise will resemble the golf swing. And the idea of this is now to challenge the core whilst we make that extra bit of rotation through the shoulders, through the ribs, allowing your body to get used to that greater range of movement. So it's all well and good being able to create it, but then we've got to be able to stabilize it and use it effectively. And that's what this exercise will do for you. So using my blue band, I'm going to separate it out. I'm going to stand my left foot on top of the band. I'm a right-handed player, so I want my left foot over the band. If you're a lefty, you obviously need your right foot stood on the band for this one. And then as close as you can, you're going to try and take a normal grip. So I've hooked it over my thumb, and then I'm bringing my left hand in and just trying to take a normal interlock overlap grip from this position. It's not that easy with a band, so get as close as you can as opposed to holding it like this in a separate grip. So hooked in, opposite hand, and link through. So take normal posture as close as you can for this, and all we're going to do is make a normal swing and hold at the top of the backswing for around 5 seconds, just feeling the tension in the core and that extra little bit of rotation. So the movement looks a bit like this. I've got my grip, and then I'll rotate through the band as much as I can, extending this lead arm, getting some height and the hands away from me as I would do in a normal shot, and I'm looking at the ball. I'm going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I can just relax and let the movement go from there. I'll reset, take my time, and then we're going to go again in another rep. So this is much harder than it looks, and the idea here really is to keep your eye on the ball. So we want to make sure that posture and center point is maintained throughout this. So I'll rotate, turn with my body, keeping my eye on the ball, which would be here in front of me, just holding for 5 seconds without changing my posture or manipulating my wrists or bending and breaking at the arm here, or as I rotate, looking this way with the band at the same time. The idea really is to try and maintain that stable center point as much as you can. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just relax it off. You can probably tell in my voice, it starts to get a bit shaky. It's a real challenge for the core, and it should feel slightly tough on this lead arm and shoulder, which is what we were trying to improve through this movement. So if you feel the thinner band here is a bit too easy, you can always go back to the red band that we would normally use in these videos. And you don't want the band too tight either. It's got to be able to be moved with the body. So we don't want to be dragging the band through the arms. So if this was too tight and I had too much tension, I'd be really kind of dragging through the band and I wouldn't have much range through the body here. So there we have 2 exercises to help increase your shoulder turn in the golf swing. Give these a go, build them into your routine. I think you'll find that this will help you get a longer backswing, more rotation, and try and create more consistency in your golf swing as well. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for a like, subscribe to all the content that's on this channel, and I'll see you next time for brand new Golf Fitness.